1%. Oh man, why is it in charge? Doesn't matter. All right, good morning, guys. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Been having a little issues this morning with my AirPods. For some reason, one of them doesn't want to charge. It's either the left or the right. So let me go ahead and take this little case out. I think the case is kind of getting in the way. I ordered a different case and another set of AirPods on Amazon Prime Day. They were on sale. So hopefully I can get this set up. Either way, I'll clean this up later. All right, guys, let's go ahead and rock and roll. It is 9:03 Eastern Standard Time this morning. It is Friday, July 15th, 2022. Good morning, all. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks for joining me today and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and get started. The Dow is up 336 points, NASDAQ up about 102, S&P futures up 1%, Russell up 0.80%, 1722. Crude oil up 2.52%, 92.21 a barrel. Gasoline futures hit $2.30. Right now, up 2.24%, $3.25. Gold is red, 1704 an ounce, 1856 for silver, up 1.89%. Euro dollar up about 52 pips, 1.0075. That parity level seems to be holding. 138.63 for the dollar yen, that's down 29 pips. Bitcoin futures are up 1.79%, 20,000, call it 21,000. Ethereum 1226, up 2.81%. Copper futures are down 0.79%. One of the commodities that are down today, even though crude and gasoline is up. 10-year yields 2.945%. Again, the longer end of the yield curve is falling, but the short term, the 2-year, that I got to make sure and see where we are. Let me get you an exact price. Let's see if I can find it here. My Bloomberg terminal on the phone is just so much easier. So let's go ahead and see where the 2-year is along the curve. Let's see, USGG 2-year index. Right now, the 2-year index is down about 58 basis points, or actually, no, actually about 5 basis points. Right now, it is at 3.1263. The yield curve is still inverted. Let me go ahead and make sure that I can take a look at this. I'll go ahead and put another chart up on Twitter when you see the actual inversion of the yield curve. I'm trying to see where I can comparisons. There we go. USGG, we'll go to the 10-year. We'll add a 5-year so I can get the exact quote for you guys in terms of yield. And there we go. Done. And right now, the 2-year is trading at 3.12%, 5-year is trading at 3.03%, and the 10-year is at 2.93%. Keep in mind, that's important, the yield curve. Again, I've kind of spoken about that for a little bit, but again, let me kind of deep dive in about a minute on why that's important. Keep in mind that banks are borrowing on a shorter basis of bonds, but they lend it out based on the 10-year. So again, banks are going to take a little bit of a hit on the inversion of the yield curve. We need spreads to widen, and banks like higher rates because they make more money. The other side is that a lower 10-year will help mortgage markets and mortgage refis, which is a nice big income boost for the banks. So again, if the 10-year does go down, then banks will benefit as well. But again, you need that yield curve to uninvert, let's just say, or to flatten. And we'll go ahead and see if we get that relatively soon. Some more news today. Dollar index is down 0.45%. This is why stock markets are up. Been saying it over and over. The dollar needs to come down, and it is coming down. Let's see if we get down to around 107.59, that 200-day on the hourly. If we get there, expect stocks to go higher. VIX is down 3.67%. Let's go and take a look at the VIX. VIX is breaking down. There is a gap to fill here, right around 24.86, 87. Maybe we could fill that gap today as well when the dollar goes down or continues to go down. And why is the dollar going down today? That's really the question. Well, we just had retail sales, and let me give you the retail sales number. We got here retail sales. July, 1%, estimated 0.9%. Previous was negative 0.3%. U.S. retail sales, excluding auto, July, up 1%. Estimated was up 0.7%. Previous, up 0.5%. Retail sales, excluding auto and gas, up 0.7%. The estimate was 0.1%. So that's 7 times what the estimate was. What recession, right? That's kind of the signal that the market is saying. How about Amazon? Sold an average of 1,736 items every second during their 2022 Prime Day event, their best Prime Day event ever. So again, I understand the recession talks, but again, we're not there yet. Again, there's a lot of stuff that may be showing that we are. Slowdown so far, yes. We've had a removal or less frothy valuations. PE multiples have come down. Let's go ahead and take a look at this piece of information. Retail sales control group, which feeds GDP and excludes, let's see here, excludes, I'll make sure here. Oh, sorry, guys. Retail sales control group, which feeds GDP and excludes food services, auto dealers, building materials, stores, and gasoline, rose 0.8%, the most in 5 months, and 0.5% over forecast. May's control number was revised down to by 0.3%. The net 0.2% bump will mitigate negative GDP forecasts for Q2. And if we have a Q2 positive GDP number, by definition, you do not have a recession. So that is why the markets are up today. What else? Why are the reason that the market's up today? Well, we had earnings. So let's take a look at the earnings, just at least pre-market. Look at the names that are moving this morning. We have Intel's up 1.7%. Salesforce, Boeing is up. Walt Disney is up. Apple's up. Microsoft's up. The big winners in the Dow: United Health, Intel, and Chevron. I think Intel was bumped up in terms. I think Intel was price raised. United Healthcare, I love that stock, did beat earnings handily. Chevron, again, with a bump in oil prices right now. Goldman Sachs kind of bouncing with bank stocks on a strong Citibank report. They're up 5.30%. Bank of America is up as well. AMD up 1.54%. Amazon, the big names are up. That's always nice to see. NVIDIA, Tesla, Micron is up 3.58%. Let's see. Meta Platforms is up. Amazon is up. We said that. And Lucid is up 1.14%. So again, a risk on market. Why? Because the dollar is good thing. We had a strong retail sales number. Now, here's the thing. I talked about this yesterday, that we wanted a weak retail sales number. Bad news is good news. But this was a really good retail sales number. And that's not only that, but we also had import price month over month. July, 0.2%. Estimate was 0.7%. Import price index excluding petroleum, negative 0.4%. Estimate was 0.2%. So again, those import prices are coming down due to the strong dollar. Hey, some things are actually good about a strong dollar, right? Hey, maybe you're traveling to Europe or something. U.S. Empire Manufacturing, 11.1 for July. Estimate was negative 2. So that helps. Bloomberg had a report. Odds of U.S. recession within the next year is near 50%. This is based on a survey. Wells Fargo did miss on top and bottom line. Expect credit losses to increase from low levels. PNC Bank did beat on the top line, on the bottom line, but not the top line. Loans were better than expected. Bank of New York Mellon, that's BK. That's a miss on EPS. That's a beat on revenue, and provision for credit losses is a lot higher at $47 million versus the $3.9 million expected. BlackRock, $8.49 trillion assets under management. The expectation was $8.86 trillion. Revenue $4.53 billion. Expected $4.65 billion. That's a miss. Net inflows is a miss. $89.57 billion. Expected $116 billion. United Health, one of my favorite companies, like I said. EPS $5.57. Expected of $5.19. Revenue $80.3 billion. Beats $79.62. That's a beat on the top and bottom line. And they increased their fiscal year net earnings outlook. Hallelujah, we do not have a earnings revision down. Thank you, United Health. And then the really big one here, this is the reason why markets are pushing a little higher. This is the Empire survey that I just talked about. Empire expected prices paid. Look at that chart on Bloomberg. Down, yet CPI is down. What do you think CPI is going to come? And we still have strong retail sales. Again, I wanted to get cheaper, less retail sales, but at the end of the day, this kind of a beat, especially with the dollar coming down, that's going to help equity. So again, the attorney Well, we're turning into expectations now. Let's not get too excited. Again, a nice bump, but we're basically have been staying in a range now for a little bit. The 200-day moving average around 38, 39. Sure, we could test 3,900 pretty soon. But again, if we start getting to 3,900, that might be a place to actually want to go short because we'll just keep ping-ponging in this range. Again, we kind of tested this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple bottom in a sense. Crude oil, nice bounce here, again, with dollar being weak, but 99 seems to be that resistance. We'll go ahead and bring up the daily, and you could see that Fibonacci level of right around 98.71, having a little trouble breaking that. Let's see, in the dollar, we talked about that. Let's answer some questions. Good morning. What are your thoughts on semiconductor stocks? Thoughts on MU? Nick and Kevin and the other Nick and Juan and Anthony are the team. They were talking about Micron yesterday on a break. We just got the move to the upside this morning. We'll see if we're going to go ahead and trade it. It's a nice breakout. 60.37 could retest. That is the top part of your resistance. Calls wouldn't be a bad idea, at least short term, but you have to go to the daily and start taking a look here. You need to get above 60.37. We are. There's a gap to fill at 62.15. So that's your target if you're looking for a short-term move. If you're looking for an extended move, 66 is another gap to fill to the upside. Then you have a couple of moving averages there. So MU, again, breaking above 61.46. If we can close above 60.37, then you can trade it. Would I buy it here? It's more commoditized than NVIDIA or AMD. They're more memory. So I think those two are a little better. I like Qualcomm a lot more. We traded a Qualcomm yesterday or traded this week. Did very well. So Micron, again, for a trade, yes. For owning, they are cheap on a PE multiple, but let's see their next earnings guidance and see where they are. Morning, Carlos. I'm in basic signals, but I'm thinking about upgrading to premium soon. Do I need an email to make that decision? On the Discord, JJ, go to support ticket. You just go to the ticket on the left side. Here you go. I'm going to go and bring it up here. Here you go. So here is the Discord, and you can go here to member support, click on submit ticket, and then you go ahead and type up your question, and our back office team will help you as soon as possible. Thanks for being a member. Good morning, Carlos. Thoughts on VOO? Do you prefer SPY? I think both are fine. It's like saying to me, you like soda, but you like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Both are fine. VOO is totally fine to own. Gold off the bottom or break new 52-week lows? Good question. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is definitely taking a hit. The level I have here is 1672. That's the level of support. If you want to go a little lower, there's the 200-day, which we have not broken in the past 3 years. If we go ahead and expand this to over time, over the past 30 years, let's just say, the last time we broke below that 200-week moving average is right around 2019, and then we've been holding above ever since. So really the level that we dropped was in 2013, 2014, had a nice little bounce, but we've been holding above ever since. I would target that level on the weekly, which is right around 1656 if you want to go and add some gold exposure. Again, I don't think the dollar will stay elevated forever either. So again, may it be a good chance to put some gold to work, a small slice of your portfolio. Really depends on the person. Everyone's different. You either love gold, you hate it, or you don't care for it. It's just one of those three departments. I own some gold coins. I'll tell you this, it's very good to invest in because you're not going to sell it immediately because it's not the easiest thing in the world to sell, at least with coins. If you decide to buy gold, there's a place I recommend where I buy my gold coins. It's where I bought gold coins. I don't buy them all the time. APMEX, APMEX. When you buy it from them, create an account, and then they'll actually track your price that you paid for it and the current market price in terms of value, and you can track that as you go. So pretty good place to go ahead and buy gold or silver and platinum or any kind of precious metals. Okay, guys, I appreciate you as always. Thank you, Steve. Taking a look at NASDAQ continuing to bounce higher. Futures above the 200-day on the hourly. If you're looking for resistance, 12,000 is the target, 3,900 possibly for S&P futures. We'll go ahead and leave it there. Have a great rest of your weekend. No aftermarket recap on a Friday. We'll go ahead and put the recap on Instagram, let you guys read it. No F1 this weekend, not much in sports. You have the All-Star game for baseball. So no race this week on F1. Next week we get a race, I think is in France. So again, still waiting on, free agency, NFL season kicking off pretty soon. This is the last month, guys, in July, the last 30-day month that we will not have NFL football. I cannot wait for football season. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Cheers.